Welcome, everyone. I'm Callum McAnally, morning host at Bolt FM. If everyone just wants to kind of introduce themselves.
Well, I'm Jeff Burton, writer and creator of The Adventures of Auroraman, Saskatchewan's very own superhero.
I'm Kyrra Burton, his daughter, and new author to The Adventures of Auroraman, joining on the team.
Awesome. And that's kind of what we're talking about today, as issue 9 of Auroraman has been printed, then, correct?
Yeah.
Right on. And it's a special edition because there's a story written by you, Kira, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Nice. So can you tell us or give us a little sneak peek about what that's about?
It's about Auroraman fighting a new villain with some very interesting powers.
So this new villain, is that a villain that you created, or is that one that Jeff created?
I created her.
Nice.
She is my own character, yes.
Is writing an Aurora Man story something you've wanted to do for a while?
I never really thought it was an option until I brought the idea to Dad and he said I should write it.
Yeah, it was really cool. Kira brought this character idea and kind of like explained it out and even tapped a little bit of this story and said, here's something I think would be cool in Auroraman. And I stepped back a little bit and I said, well, let's work together. Basically, you do the work on fleshing this out. Let's work on what this character looks like, what does their costume look like and stuff, and write the story. And it took me a little bit to just kind of completely hands off myself in some regards, but I just stepped back and mentored Kira in, okay, she wrote the story. Now I showed her scripts on how I write a script for a comic book. So then got her to take her story and turn it into that script idea and stuff. And yeah, she just ran with it. And we went through revisions and making sure that it was paced out nicely. Partway through, while she was working on that, I surprised her with, and I had an artist create the first official design of the character based on what she wanted for costume and everything. And yeah, she just kind of took to it. For somebody who wasn't necessarily looking at doing that, she really seemed to have a knack for finding the flow and writing a fun story.
So when you see your character, like the art for it for the first time, are you like, this is exactly what I pictured, or was it a little different?
Uh, it was for the most part exactly what I pictured.
Nice. That's pretty cool. And of course, the whole Auroraverse is just huge. I mean, there's so many characters. You're always coming up with new ones. Is it hard to keep coming up with these ideas, or do they just flow?
Um, I mean, if you were to look at my stories folder that I have sitting here of stuff that I've completed, I have stories and characters that I can keep. If I stopped writing today and didn't write anymore, we'd have Aurora Man comics easily for the next few years of just off of what's already been done. Sometimes I get an idea and I start, kind of vibing with it, and I run into a bit of a wall and it doesn't flow as well. Um, but for the most part, I don't have a lot of trouble coming up with ideas. Kira and like her siblings and even my wife are really good at kind of feeding into the fact that I like the fun and absurd kind of ideas. Nothing is too over the top kind of thing. Wacky, zany, just fun. So um, I think we'll be safe with there being lots of ideas. And now that Kira's jumped on board, um, we'll be going for a long time. What do you think, Kira?
It'll be a while, that's for sure.
Well, that's good to hear because that kind of brings me to my next question. Kira, can we expect to see more Aurora Man comics from you?
I've already planned to make a few.
Nice. That's awesome. Have you ever thought about maybe doing like a comic that's not Aurora Man, that's kind of your own thing, or just kind of Aurora Man?
I've thought about it later down the line, considering I don't have the standing and the time and such to make one that is my own. So for now, I think I'd stick with just writing Auroraman's ones.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, it's been 5 years of Aurora Man. Hey, so that's kind
Yeah,
of what we're
you bet.
celebrating this year.
Yeah, we are. It's the 5th year anniversary. So and that's actually how this issue came to be. We had the Kickstarter for issue number 8, and we funded issue number 8 as well as the first collection of the Stew comic strips. So those 2 issues were funded through the Kickstarter, and we had enough carry through and enough interest that we were able to slide issue number 9 in there too. We had Kyrra's story was already finished being written, and I thought to myself, well, the way the Kickstarter's sitting right now, we feasibly are close enough to fund another issue that would house her story in it. So I questioned a few people, pushed a few buttons on it, and the reception was really good. So we just ran with it, and yeah, they arrived last week, and her printed copy. So I have this pile of boxes of comics behind me right now that I'm slowly sorting through and packing up. And yeah, 5th anniversary, 5 years. This year is also the 80th anniversary of Canadian-made comic books. So part and parcel, it's a good thing to be a part of right now, and being able to create and put out new comics.
So when is issue 9 going to be available for all of us?
Well, I'm like I said, I'm packing the Kickstarter stuff right now. So once that stuff is pretty much packed, it's just a matter of me having a few more minutes in my day to sort out some stuff and make some connections as to when we'll officially launch all of these issues for sale for anyone who didn't take part in the Kickstarter. I'm anticipating, rolling into early July. It should be pretty readily available. Kyrra and I were asked to be creator guests. This was pretty cool for both of us, really. In August is when Free Comic Book Day has been moved to. Now, Free Comic Book Day usually happens in May, but obviously because of the pandemic, stores haven't been able to host events like that. So in August, though, they're anticipating that they should be able to. So Amazing Stories in Saskatoon asked us to be creator guests in the store on that day. So that'll be, I think, the official launch in Saskatoon of when things will be available. But I've got some local connections that we're going to get stuff rolling a bit earlier, too.
Awesome. Well, it's pretty exciting to see. Like I saw the pictures posted on the Auroraman Facebook page of the box of all the new comics, and here I saw you in there. You look pretty pumped to see those comics. I mean, how is it? How does it feel to be able to see your story printed like that for the first time?
Oh, it's amazing. I never did think like writing it. I thought it'd be like a few years if it got created at all. So it was just absolutely amazing to see a box full of stories that I wrote, and just think all about the process that all that went through with Dad mentoring me and such. It's just completely amazing.
Yeah, your dad's a really good teacher when it comes to comic books.
Yeah, I guess I've had a little practice with it, and
Just a little.
it's what I know. So just got to go with it.
Awesome. And hey, a couple months ago, this was really cool. The new Saskatchewan Wanderer was announced, and in that video, well, he was spotted reading The Adventures of Auroraman. That was pretty cool, hey?
Yeah, that was mind blowing. His first video after it was announced, and there he is right off the hop reading The Adventures of Auroraman. Was actually a really big push amongst my fan base, but even amongst the followers of the Saskatchewan Wanderer, I've had contacts from a few of them that have said, hey, I saw this in the new Saskatchewan Wanderer video. How do I get it?
So that really created that kind of push then, hey?
Yeah, that really, well, it popped it into corners that, maybe it hasn't been seen before, or in front of people that haven't thought about it. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought it was cool when I saw it. I was like, nice.
my jaw dropped because I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, well, you know what, guys? I think that pretty much covers everything I had for you two. Anything else you guys wanted to share?
just keep your eyes out for when our new books hit the streets, and hopefully we'll get some local events. Kyrra has been practicing her signing so that she can sign your copies of issue number 9 if you want. And yeah, we've got lots of great fun new Auroraman stuff for everybody to enjoy.
Nice. Well, yeah, congratulations again, Kyrra, on your first comic book story. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely exciting. Thank you.